This is a super tough question to answer, but the question is, what is winning in franchise growth? And the reality is, there's not one answer to use universally across every brand that we've ever worked with or that we will work with, because growth is really in the eye of the beholder. I could look at a franchisor that has 15 locations that are profitable, that they're fully supported, they're totally having their backs. That franchisor is opening up corporate locations to cash flow the business. Let's say they double their unit count. They have 30 locations now. Do they need to add 100 units a year? They don't, because what they're doing is they're pulling more profitability out of each location. So the definition of winning in franchise growth ends up being very specific to the brand and the outcome that they want. Typically, when I'm talking to franchisor and I ask about what does winning look like, I start with what's going to happen 3 years from now? What's your vision? Or 5 years from now? Are you trying to exit? Are you trying to scale? Are you trying to diversify? Are you going to add more brands to your portfolio? Are you going to raise funds? And some of those questions end up helping you define what should growth look like. In a generalistic sense, if I take a 1-unit brand, I want to add 1 unit in year 1. Let's get the second unit going, maybe 2, maybe 3. In year 2, now we're going to go from 2, 3, or 4 to 4, 5, 6, or 7. Year 3, we add another 7. Now we're at 14 units after 3 years. Now that seems like slow growth. Year 4, we double again. So now we're closer to 25, 30 locations. Year 5, we're closer to 40 or 50 locations. Year 6, we're at 75 to 90 locations. Year 7, we're over 100. And that seems like a long time frame to get going. But if profitability is protected back in the beginning stages, then going from 100 to 200 to 300 to 400 makes sense. But some brands don't even need to get that. If you said, we only need 1 in every state, that's only 50. If we need 2 in every state, it's 100. If we want to hit the top 200 markets in America, it's 200 locations. And then you work backwards from whatever this growth goal is. You say, what's it going to take from an investment standpoint and a support standpoint and a leadership standpoint to make sure that we are positioned to have a fruitful exit? Most brands skip over that step. And so they don't properly invest into the model. They think short term. And then what happens in the end, the growth didn't equal what the outcome was that they expected, because they never started with the outcome in mind. So to answer what is the right franchise growth, it's going to be dependent to you. It's going to be dependent on the outcomes that you want. My advice, though, is for franchisors, you make money off of royalty. You don't make money off of franchise fees. And if you have fewer franchisees making more money, gross profit, who are scaling, that could be better for your brand. So it's something to think about. My recommendation is always define winning as a part of being a franchise brand. You have to define winning. What's your 1-year goal, 2-year goal, 5-year goal, so that you have some sort of roadmap on what you're playing against. And then my recommendation is to backcast and say, what would we have done differently if we missed this goal, and start putting those pieces in place. That will help you define what is winning when it comes to franchise growth.